Yo, why my left testicle bigger than my right one?
I hate you. I hate you so much. I really hate you. And not just
uh,
because I know you said that because I can't edit this shit. Well, I'm not going to. But the funny thing is, I was trying so hard not to say something like that. And then you don't know how hard I was trying to hold back all of those things I was about to say. And I was just, then you just come out, oh, why is my left tentacle weird? I hate you. I hate you so much.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't know I didn't know you pressed the record button.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry.
Didn't you now? Okay, cool.
Oh wow.
Anyways, we're just gonna get through this. Just get through it, and with no more
And then you
screw
can kill me
ups.
later. You can kill me later.
Yeah, I really have new ammo, and I was gonna legit shoot you with it. It's like armor piercing for something.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But yeah.
In all honesty, I found out the other day that the studio that makes the Mortal Kombat games
Mhm.
and the Injustice games, apparently there's a good chance that they're working on a Marvel fighting game.
Okay. Oh dang. Um. Well, that's good.
Yeah, like Ed Boon literally had an entire interview where they said, "Well, are you considering, if you get the Marvel IP, are you gonna make a fighting game for them?" And he said, "Yeah, we'd love to make a fighting game for them." And he said, "Well, have you met with them?" He said, "Yeah." And he goes like, "When?" And then he just like looks down. And he says, "Well, I probably can't tell you." And then, yeah,
Wow. That was
he
so.
hinted, like he hinted at it like, "Well, I want to tell you, but I can't because nothing's like set in stone yet." So like, yeah, I'm taking that as an absolute win, or his way of saying, "Yeah, I met with them and we're working on a game, but I can't tell you what we're doing."
Just like saying, hey, look, it's like you're gonna have a huge surprise and you're gonna love it. It's something you always wanted, but I'm not gonna tell you what it
Yeah,
is.
or when you're
That's
gonna get it,
some, yeah,
or when you're
that's
gonna
some
get
shit.
it. But yeah, so,
Man, I tell you.
yeah.
Well, wait, what did that really just say? Smell like a bitch?
What?
Yeah, it did. Smell like a bitch. That's exactly what it said.
No, no, that's not what it says. That is
Bro,
not what it says.
that is what it says. Yeah,
No,
I
no,
kid you
no. It
not.
says the mighty bush.
No, the billboard. What the?
What? Oh
Whoa,
wait,
hold
the
up.
billboard?
Whoa, wait, I didn't even see that. That's okay.
Wait, what billboard? What billboard? Wait, whoa.
You see
Wait,
it?
hold on. Let me. Yeah, I see it. Let me get my camera out so I can like see it better. Let me see. Oh wait, no, that's not it. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Smell like it. Wow, it really says smell like a bitch.
Yeah.
Hey Marcus,
Well,
what does that smell like?
you know, like a bitch.
What? Yeah,
Like
what
a
does a bitch smell like?
female dog. Smell like a dog basically.
Oh.
You know what's funny? I just watched an episode of Boondocks not too long ago,
Mhm.
and it was the one where Tom was afraid he was gonna lose. I think her name is Mary to Usher, and then a pimp
Mhm.
named Slickback was introduced again. Like that was
Oh my
when
god.
they met each other. He was like, "You gotta call her a bitch, Tom." And I was just
Yeah.
like, "Wow."
Am I the only one that wanted to see Granddad fight a pimp named Slickback?
Yes, yes, you are. Cause no, I honestly respect a pimp named Slickback. Not
Oh, you
just because.
do. Oh, you
Look, look,
do.
look,
You
look,
do
look.
now.
Hear me
You
out though.
do now.
Hear me out though. Hear me out. I don't. I don't respect that he's a pimp. I just respect about how he pimps. Because
How he pimps.
yeah, cause like he's respectfully disrespectful with it.
Respectfully disrespectful. I didn't know you
Yeah,
could respectfully be disrespectful.
I didn't
I
either
didn't even
until I
know
met
that.
a pimp named Slickback. So
You didn't meet him. You watched him on a show.
shut the fuck up. I met him. Okay, in my mind, I met him in person. We both got purple suits. We got the whole. We did the whole nine. So
Purple suit.
yeah. So
Wow, you must have been a riot in first impressions court.
of course it was. So like the way when I say respectfully disrespectful, I mean yeah, of course, you know, he's a pimp, so he's got, you know, his bottom bitch and, you know, all his hoes and whatever. But he's kind of like, you'll still be well treated. You're not gonna be mistreated. Like I'm not gonna treat you like trash. But at the same time, you got. Wait, you sound muffled. You sound muffled.
Because he was dating granddad, really?
Yeah, you sound muffled.
Oh, you mean other than the time he tried to smack a girl because she was in a relationship with granddad? A crappy relationship at that.
Listen. Alright? You talking about the white girl?
I'm listening. Go ahead and explain that. Go ahead and explain that.
You talking about the white girl? Oh. And no damage to my car. Look at that. But you're talking about that one, right? Where granddad was dating the little childish white girl?
No, not really. The episode that ended with Slickback trying to hit her and, like, you know, granddad managed to somehow wrap his belt around Slickback's arm like a whole ass whip and said, no, that not in my house.
Yeah, I remember. But look, you gotta think though. If he treats her good and she wants to be like, you know what, fuck this, I want to go somewhere else. He's like, alright, cool. But at the same time, I know you're gonna come back, so you just playing games with me. I don't got time for games. Time is money. You better get to work, girl. I'm saying girl because, you know, I'm trying to be very PG right now. I'm not trying to, you know, throw that word out too much. So I'm not trying to offend anyone.
What happened to respectfully being disrespectful?
This is me respectfully being disrespectful.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, it's he's like, hey, you better get to work, make me my money, cause you know you ain't going nowhere. I don't even know why you playing these games with this old ass man. You know, be like, look, you on pimp time right now. Alright, and pimp time is money.
Pimp time. Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds like a dope ass watch, by the way, like a watch company.
Pimp time.
Say, go ahead.
When you gotta get your bitches in line.
Rolex made by Pimp Time.
It's like,
if you don't trust us, then go ahead. If you don't want to listen to us, then go ahead and listen to one of our most satisfied clientele, a pimp named Slickback.
Pimp named Slickback would be like the founder, CEO, everything.
Yeah.
He'd handle everything.
Go ahead and get your pimp watch today.
Like it'd be, but Cat Williams actually did that character well. I don't think they could have got a better person to play him. Because Cat Williams,
if they ever do Boondocks in live action, Cat Williams has to be a pimp named Slickback.
But you gotta understand, because Cat Williams, he's like, he shows off that type of figure, public figure. Because even in his comedy specials, he always like pimp this, pimp that. You know, even in Friday After Next, or even in Next Friday, he was like pimp down, pimp in distress.
Oh yeah.
You know. So I'm like, you know, they couldn't have gotten a better person that I know of to play a pimp named Slickback. Oh dang.
I'm still stuck on the fact that Cat Williams is basically the biggest comedian back in the day, like of all time. Yeah,
cause he everything about him was funny. His size, his voice, like his the way he dresses, all of it was just like so out there that it was just like, come on, how could you?
Like, honestly, if I were to like try and recap it, I feel like it would be like, correct me if you think I'm wrong, right? I feel like it would be Eddie Murphy, you know, he's the oldest. Then it would be Cat Williams. then Chris Rock, and now I think it's Kevin Hart. In my opinion.
Okay. Well, one thing I'll say is,
you know what? Just for the heck of it, between Cat Williams and Chris Rock, I'm throwing in Dave Chappelle.
oh, I'm happy that you said that, cause I'm gonna be honest. Dave Chappelle's kind of like, he's to me like on the borderline of I'm starting to dislike him. Not from his comedy, but from his lifestyle. Like, either he's really good at separating business and personal, or he's just a complete just hypocrite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna fly this thing. Because you know how he talks about, the black community, this, that, and the other, right? And his comedy shows,
Yeah.
but in his personal life, he says he supports black-owned businesses, whatever. And I feel like if he was a white guy, everything he says in his comedy specials would be completely racist. Because he talks stereotypes. He talks stereotypes. All he talks is stereotypes. That's it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you want to talk about a comedian who talks about stereotypes, but here's the thing. I think when it comes to stereotypes in comedians overall, I honestly feel that Gabriel Iglesias is the best when it comes to talking about certain stereotypes.
I haven't watched him since 2015.
Okay, then you might know about the racist gift basket joke.
Yeah, I know that.
It's like 2 parts, I think. Yeah. He did the first part, and then he had a whole ass second part too. So whoa, man, you can't be doing this with the cargo plane. Haven't you seen the movie Flight? Hey!
I was trying so hard not to crash. It didn't turn out that well,
You
obviously.
had one job.
It didn't turn out
You had
well,
one job.
obviously.
You're through to your
You
garage.
had one job. Congratulations.
Need me to bring you a ride?
Congratulations.
In my defense, I am very, very, very sorry.
I'll bring it by.
That's not in your defense. You're basically just pleading guilty by this point.
I mean, yeah, I am, but I'm sorry. That's the whole point of it.
See, that's why I wasn't gonna initially get in the cargo plane. I was gonna get in the helicopter.
I know, then I said cargo plane, and you're just like, eh, why not? Really?
Payback for killing me.
I didn't kill you.
Alright, you didn't kill me. You just, made me die.
But I didn't kill you. You know what I gotta do, don't you?
No. No.
At least you got the car, that's helpful. But alright, let's go. See, this is why you're always labeled as my arch enemy. And
You aren't on my screen.
well, yeah, cause I don't kill you. We're going back to the city.
I like it out here. But yeah, and I honestly feel that Gabriel Iglesias is the best comedian when it comes to actual stereotypes, and he can
Yeah.
get away with a lot of the stuff too. Funniest joke I've ever heard this man talk about for stereotypes, or a stereotype type joke, I think, is when he talked about a trip to India that he took. Right? He says in India, the difference between traffic in India and traffic in America is in India, traffic might be crowded, but it moves, you know? It moves like normal. And the thing about it, the only time is when it stops is when like something like a cow comes into the road, because you know how Indians are with cows, right? So he even said that, you know, even if like there's an accident, you know, in America people will start rubbernecking and looking at it. People will start, you know. Can you hear me? Like, I think I might have been muffled.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, but like in America, if there's like an accident, you know, people will start rubbernecking and causing, you know, a traffic jam. But in India, yeah, there's a accident, they're just gonna, you know, they're just gonna pass by it like normal, you know, ain't nothing wrong. So like he says like he's in a hurry one day and he gets into the car. He says I need to get to the airport like fast. So he gets to the airport and they have to stop because, you know, there's a cow on the road. And he goes like, hey man, you know, what's taking so long? He said there's a cow on the road, and he goes like, okay, well, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna honk at it, or are you gonna go around it or something? He says we can't honk at the cow. We just can't. We have to wait for it to move. And he goes like, well, yeah. And he goes like, are you really? He says, yeah. He says, but we pass by a dead guy in the road 2 blocks back that way. And then this guy, the driver, says, yeah, the cow is probably...
Wait. What? You lost me.
Okay. In India, a cow is basically their sacred animal.
Yeah, I know that.
And they also believe that after death you get reincarnated as, you know, whatever, not necessarily a human.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
You know,
Yeah.
as anything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying now. And it's, oh dang, what was I about to say? I forgot what I was about to say. Oh, you didn't grab the money?
No.
Grab the money.
No, no. Okay, I just killed him because he pissed me off. Okay.
Oh goodness gracious.
Marcus, don't grab the money.
Just don't don't let the cops kill you. Ah, there's no register. That sucks.
Yeah, that sure sucks.
Let's go. But yeah, man, it's, to me, I'm more of a small time comedian. I've been watching them lately, like Grenier Barnes and people like him. They're pretty funny, like undiscovered talent in a way.
Yeah.
So it's different, that's for sure.
Oh, did you happen to watch the Oscars the other night?
No.
Oh, you didn't? Well, let me tell you the tea.
Mm-hmm.
Because, apparently, as you know, last year, Chadwick Boseman unfortunately passed away, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And his last film that he filmed before he died was Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which is on Netflix. And I haven't seen the movie, but I heard that he did an amazing job with the role that he had. So, anyway, the Oscars happens, and the entire night, from what I heard, they were giving him non-stop tributes, you know. They were giving non-stop tributes to Chadwick Boseman. And here's the kicker: they moved the Best Actor award to the end of the night instead of putting Best Picture at the end of the night, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they were setting it up for Chadwick Boseman to win the award when the time came, you know? So fast forward to the end of the program where they're giving out Best Actor award, and instead of Chadwick getting the award is given to Anthony Hopkins. Who himself, he said himself that he was honestly shocked that he won the award. He honestly felt that he wasn't gonna get it and that Chadwick was gonna get it, you know? and he made his own tribute. Now, I'm not gonna lie, you know, with the film that got Anthony Hopkins nominated in the first place, you know, I'm not surprised that he was nominated or that he even won the award. It's the fact that they set it up like Chadwick was gonna win, only to give it to somebody else, you know.
I mean, okay, put it this way, like they probably gave him so many tributes because they know that they probably weren't gonna give it to him because he wasn't there, so they give it to somebody that's actually there. They wanted to still be like, well, if we're gonna give this award out, like, yeah, he may be the best, so we're just gonna overload it with tributes for him, but we're gonna actually physically give the award away because that's what we've been doing generations upon generations, years and years, decades and decades. So we're like, we're gonna keep that going, so that way, because you know, someone could have easily said, oh man, I respect him as an actor, it's awesome that they did that, but the Oscars kind of would have been better if they physically gave it to somebody, and that would have caused, you see how much backlash that would have caused, for multiple different arguments, like, oh man, they should have gave it to this guy, at least he was actually here, and then other people would be like, oh well, no, well, even though Chad's not here, he still deserved it, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah, you know. So they're just like, in my case, I understand that point of it, if that was the reason, because they're just like, well, since he's not here, we're gonna give it to someone who can physically hold it.
I guess that kind of makes sense. But when I asked, you know, my dad and my mom, they pretty much both summed it up to, you know, it being hidden racism in a way. Which I can kind of see where it's coming, where their opinion is coming from. But my dad went the most in depth with it. Like, I don't really see it as being him racist. Like I said, you know, my frustration comes from the fact that they built it up like he was gonna win, and only for him not to. And like you said, they may have just rather wanted to give it to someone who could actually physically accept the award and, you know, speak for themselves when they got it and everything.
Yeah.
But my dad, he summed it up the best to hidden racism. You know, he referenced how, in a lot of ways, you know, they don't want to see a person of color, a black man, in most ways, be successful. You know, because let's face it, Chadwick Boseman is one of the most successful executive producers and actors of this generation. You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, when he passed away. Wow, I didn't even know that you have this garage.
Yeah, I did.
You want to explain? You want to explain?
What was that long thing that you're doing? What was that carried out?
How come you never told me about this, Marcus?
What? I mean, there's not anything to really, like, talk about.
Oh, dude, hold on.
Okay, calm down.
Wait. Did you get this with the Prime membership?
No.
Okay, I'm about to say.
That was through blood, sweat, and tears.
Mostly tears.
Yeah, mostly tears. But yeah. You were saying?
He was referencing how, in many ways, a lot of people will look for excuses to try and, either make it so, people of color who are successful, how their accomplishments go unrecognized, or how they will try and look for reasons to, you know, just, what's it called? To just make them disappear into the shadows, you know? And when I think about it, I'm starting to think about all the occurrences I thought about that I could think about, and the two main points I thought about were, now keep in mind, these are two completely different scenarios, but I thought about Michael Jordan and Fred Hampton. You know,
Hmm.
with Michael Jordan. Let's think about it. If you watch the documentary The Last Dance on Netflix, amazing documentary series, by the way. Um, you'll notice that for a good 5 episodes, they're talking about how good he was and how he was basically an icon to so many people, all the way up until this people were starting to try and say that he has a gambling problem,
Mm.
even though he doesn't. He's just that competitive.
Yeah.
And with Fred Hampton, right? Before I get on that, let me just go back to Michael Jordan for a second, because he even said himself, like somebody who knew him and played with him, even said, like, an example that shows he doesn't have a gambling problem.
Mhm.
If he had a gambling problem, let's say he'd be gambling so much that he would have lost money and still been trying to lose, and still been trying to win. It's not like that. He doesn't get a kick out of the rush that you get from gambling. He gets a kick out of being able to say, I played him in cards, and sure, I may have only beat him for $1, but now I'm able to say that I have his money in my pocket because I beat him. That's just being competitive. That's not showing that you have a gambling problem.
Yeah.
That's what people were trying to say. They tried to relate that to, they tried to make it a big scandal, and they even tried to relate it to how his dad unfortunately died,
Mm.
So, and then moving on to Fred Hampton, he died like in the like the 1970s or 80s, right? I think it was the 1970s. I'm probably wrong. But when he died, he turned the Black Panther Party into what was basically an outreach group,
Yeah.
He was supporting people. He started a breakfast program for kids and everything. And he wasn't necessarily doing anything violent because, the civil rights movement had basically just ended. So he wasn't doing anything violent with the group or anything illegal with the group. But the FBI, but the FBI wanted to try and find a reason to, either arrest him or put him in the ground. And in both cases, they managed to succeed.
Yeah.
So yeah. And when you look at everything he was doing, no, he didn't do anything illegal. They just wanted a reason to put him in the ground because they saw him as a threat,
Mm-hmm.
And he was basically making charity events. He was making peace with a lot of the other gangs that were more likely to commit violence in the area than his Black Panther Party was. He was making peace with them, and they didn't like that because, for whatever reason, because I'm guessing he was a black man who had a lot of pull, he had a lot of power, so they wanted a reason to put him in the ground. So yeah, sure, they managed to arrest him, but they couldn't keep him in jail for that long, so they just ended up killing him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was giving back. He was giving to his community, but they ended up killing him for whatever reason. So, yeah. And my dad basically related that type of thing to what happened to Chadwick, Yeah, unfortunately he's dead now, but that still doesn't mean he's not a damn good actor,
Yeah, like his record speaks for him.
Exactly. And a lot of his fans, me included, honestly feel that if they weren't gonna give him an award, then you shouldn't have set it up like you were gonna give it to him, only to say that nah, we're not giving it to him, we're giving it to somebody else.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's kind of like a playing with your feelings type of thing.
Yeah, it's like that one girl in school who you like so much, and she giving you so much attention, and then when you mess around and you start to think that maybe she likes you, but then when you mess around and ask her out, she says no for whatever reason, you know?
Yeah, true.
Nothing I can do about it.
I tell you, man, this.
You got cataracts? All right.
Yeah, keep it pushing.
Get that thing out of here.
What are you doing?
I'm emptying it. I can't go any faster.
Making some persuasion. Persuading him to make
Making persuasion.
I'm persuading him to, you know, make a charitable donation. That's all I'm doing.
I really need to get insurance.
Charitable donation to what?
The mark is fun. See, I didn't shoot him. But yeah, cops are coming.
Don't worry, I'm not doing anything bad. Just trying to buy some snickerdoodles.
You can't do. Well, it's obvious you can't do that if it's closed. But come on.
Hey man,
I will
he gave
leave
them to
you.
me for free.
I will leave you if you don't hurry up. Like,
He gave them to me
if
for
they step
free.
out their car, I'm gone. But if you're not in the car by the time they step out, I'm gone.
I don't know why you're getting so upset.
Cause he didn't have to die. I got what I needed from him. He didn't have to die.
Hey man, he was dead when I got in there.
No, he wasn't. I heard the gunshots.
What did you hear? I don't know what you heard, but it weren't gunshots.
They were gunshots.
How do you know they were from me?
Well, let's just say, ooh, fall, fall, fall. So yeah.
We need to make a skit here on the dam at some point.
We will one day.
One day. One day or another. No, I'm just gonna get you one day. Maybe next week. Yeah. Gonna get you. What is that song about?
I don't know.
Wait, are you waiting for me to blow up the C4? Oh, damn. Dude, they just drove off the road.
But
What?
yeah, man, it's a crazy world out here.
Yeah, it is. We're over here on a high-speed chase and just, you know, having a chill conversation. While the car is getting destroyed.
It's a Bugatti, you know. It's
While the Bugatti is getting destroyed. Sorry, I had to correct myself.
no, I wasn't saying like that. That was I'm not telling you to say the name of the car. I was just saying it's a Bugatti, so you know.
Nope. I understand what you're saying.
Anyways,
Windmills. You know what we gotta do.
There's
don't
no
suck
thing
your
here.
teeth. Don't suck your teeth.
there's no thing here.
What?
There's no thing here.
What thing are you talking about?
The ladder.
Yeah, there was. There's like was one.
Oh,
See,
I
there's
see
one
it.
over there.
I see it. Yeah, copping.
Wait, maybe we should go to like one of the other ones because this one's like probably not the best.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Let's go.
Finally, other ones.
There's one over there.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it's I'll drop you off here. Make it kind of like, oh, okay, fair. Yeah, that helps. But oh yeah, quick. Okay, so question, right? Say that a criminal kills a cop, right?
Yeah.
Criminal kills a cop, and it's recorded, and the criminal gets, and the criminal's like, say like it's recorded, right? Oh, you legit helped me out for a second. And say like it gets caught as the criminal gets 5 years for murder, let's just say.
Yeah.
Right? Now say that a cop kills a, what the fuck? A cop kills a criminal. And the cop gets 10 years. Do you think that's fair? Same type of murder, same weapon, same situation.
Was the cop on duty?
The cop was on duty.
He was on duty.
Yes.
And he just, what, like blatantly kills somebody?
No. Like, say like he kills him because. All right, we're gonna. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase it in two different ways. But first, let's say first time he kills him, blatantly kills him, because of, you know, because he's like, oh, I thought he had something or whatever. Right. And he gets 10 years, but the criminal that killed the cop because he was just like, fuck all these cops, I hate cops, whatever, always killing black people, whatever. And he gets 5 years. Do you think that's fair? We're only using plasma guns, by the way. Yeah, because I was like, I should probably say that before we bring on a sniper.
Okay.
Do you think that's fair?
I honestly think for the criminal to get put in jail, well, I think they take multiple things into account when they're getting ready to sentence them, you know. They'll try and say, was he criminally sane? Was either of them competent enough to just
Both of them were fully aware of what they were doing.
And for whatever reasons they just decided to do it.
No, I told you the reasons. There's reasons. Okay, so the oh god dang, I just got hit by a car. The criminal killed the cop because, by the way, keep in mind I'm not saying the race of these.
Yeah, for obvious reasons. Obvious reasons. That's another conversation.
Yeah. So the criminal killed the cop because the criminal was like, the criminal's like, it's the cops always killing people. Right? And like I say, it gets 5 years, and the cop kills the criminal because he's like, I thought he had something. Obviously, there's obvious, don't accept that, by the way. There's obvious, you know, proof that he didn't have anything. Not even close to having anything. Right? And there's both the same amount of recording, certain amount of evidence for both. But the cop gets 10 years.
Okay.
Do you think
considering
that's
that it's like, you know, racially ambiguous, I think in most situations, simply because that he's an officer of the law, not taking into account race because we don't know what race they are.
Yeah.
Simply because he's considered an officer of the law, somebody in that jury room might say, oh, he has PTSD, so he might not, you know, be he might not be, you know, completely in his right mind or something, but simply because he's a cop, I think I, for the sake of, I'm looking at this like a journalist because I'm not allowed to like put my emotions in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Simply because he's a police officer, I wouldn't say that it's, I would say that it actually is fair for
Mm-hmm.
a police officer to get 10 years, you know, considering he knows what the laws are, he's supposed to enforce them, and for him to get 10 years, I think it's actually honestly fair compared to a criminal who gets 5 years, and I'm guessing, you know, it's their first offense, then yeah,
Okay.
so be it. I think it is fair.
Okay.
Like, think about it. You're talking about an officer who is on duty and someone who knows the law and is supposed to enforce the law, not break it,
Mm-hmm.
who blatantly just says, to hell with the law, I'm killing this guy, I'm on duty, so yeah, even though it gets proven that he was in the wrong, compared to a civilian who kills a cop, saying now I honestly feel in an average jury room, if a civilian kills a cop, then he would get 7 to 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But if a cop kills a civilian, then yeah, that punishment is, I'm pretty sure that's the punishment that he would get.
Okay. Now let's say the cop actually had reason to fear for his life. Like, the cop gave multiple warnings to the criminal and even tried using a taser beforehand. Taser didn't work because, you know, some people are just like superhuman and shit. So the taser had no effect, and he kept running towards him with a weapon. Like, after already firing shots at this officer's still trying to do whatever he can to not fire shots back. Of course, at this point, he has right to, but say, like, he still kills him. Right? Still kills him. And he still gets 10 years. Now, do you still think it's fair? Or no?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't, because
Yeah, he fears his life.
if evidence straight up says that he had every reason to fear for his life, gave multiple warnings, even tried to use his taser, and this is all proven in court, then no, I don't think it's fair.
Okay. Now say that the taser part wasn't proven in court because the witness didn't want to show up.
Then
So all you really have evidence of is lethal force, but you still kind of get the gist that it was out of self-defense.
if I still kind of get the gist that it was out of self-defense, then I don't think it's as fair, you know, because that's kind of an iffy, you know. The witness refused to show up in court, you know. Then it's like, I think it's like a kind of a gray area. If there's still enough substantial evidence to prove that he had reason to fear for his life and he was completely in the right in that situation, then no, I still don't think it's fair.
Okay. Now, back to the first situation that I brought up. In my opinion, I think that I kind of agree that it is fair because, like I said, he's an officer of the law. So I feel like, you know, that portion of it. But at the same time, when it comes down to it, both were murders, both without probable cause. So I feel like it shouldn't be that big of a difference on how much they get separated from court. I feel like if it's gonna be like that, well then it should be like a at least like a you know, no more than a 2-year difference. So say like the criminal gets 8, then the officer gets 10. The officer obviously taking the latter portion of it. Like the upper portion, just because officer of the law, you have a badge. That badge represents something, you disrespected it. You know. So fuck this. You're not gonna take my life, bitch. I'll take my own life. I can't even if I wanted to. Yeah, man, it's, and I speak on this because I know it's a touchy subject for people, and I saw something earlier about it, so I was like, it's something good just to talk about, just to see the mindset and stuff like that. Now, say
I'm
that
safe.
you thought,
Oh.
say, now look, now, say that again. I'm gonna try not to put specific race in this, but say that
With
one
good reason.
yeah. So say like there was an officer, same officer, does two different traffic stops, 2 different days.
Let's call him Officer Johnson. You know, Officer Johnson. We
No,
gotta put some
honestly,
names.
let's not, because I've actually used that name before. Like,
Okay.
I've used that name while like when I was like being a cop or some shit like that, and like an RP server, like a roleplay server, and GTA for GTA. Like that is legit my my go-to name. But alright, we're gonna call him Officer J,
Officer
I guess.
Squiggle. Officer Squiggle.
No, we're gonna say Officer J.
Officer
J.
JPEG. Officer JPEG. Let's go with that. JPEG.
Jesus Christ, my Officer J. Alright, let's say that Mr. Officer J, right? What the nigga, you fell.
No, I didn't.
What? How?
Okay, now I fell.
Yeah, I want to make sure because you kept freaking falling and getting back up on my screen. But
Do you know how
let's
many
see.
times you've done that on my screen? And I never said anything.
Wow,
I said, you know, it's a glitch. I know where to hit him now, so it's whatever.
Alright, so Officer J does two stops, same type of situation, same type of weather, all that. The only thing that's different is the date, right? But same time, just different day. And the first stop he does is for a traffic stop. Oh, it's obviously a traffic, but the first stop he does is for broken tail light, right?
Okay.
And now these, of course, these two people are different races. We're gonna just say that off the bat. And it's for broken tail light, and he's, you know, he goes through the regular stop. He's like, hey, look, what the, how the hell aren't you dying? Yeah, this is crazy.
Oh god, I'm afraid to shoot now because like I'm gonna end up.
And he's like, oh, you know, you got light out or whatever. And the guy's like, oh, no, I don't. All this other stuff, like whatever. No, you're gonna do something more realistic. He's speeding. He says he's speeding. He's like, no, I'm not speeding. I was going to speed limit, whatever. And he raises his
Can't lie
voice.
about a radar gun.
Yeah, true. And he's like, well, you know, and the suspect starts yelling his voice. Shit like that. The officer gets mad and he asks him to step out the car. Refuses, and it just escalates to something bad. Weapon is drawn. Right? And let's just, for a situation's sake, let's say it escalates to the person getting shot. Right?
Okay.
Getting shot. He lives, but he still got
Okay,
shot.
He lives, but he got shot.
Yeah, he got shot bad. He's wounded pretty bad, hospitalized. Right.
Right.
And this gets a lot of publicity and stuff like that, and the officer gets 5 years. No, you know what? I have to bring race into this for it to make sense. This guy is a white guy, right? And he gets 5 years. And the officer, of course, gets 5 years. And the guy, you know, just, that's it. That's the end of it for that. And then let's say that the next guy is black. Same traffic stop, same speeding ticket. This guy gets fatally wounded. So he's out. He's gone. He's out. Dead and gone. And then publicity hits and this guy gets